Hey guys, today in this video I'm going over the box, the R2 model to be particular. I'm going to be unboxing it, going over some of the details in this video, answering a couple questions I've seen in some discords I've asked about. Told people in advance I was making this video so that they could give me some questions to sort of answer as I go through this box. I'll also be unboxing it live. It'll be first take, just unboxing, see what I like about it. The general specifics as well as other things related to those. The footage you're seeing right now is just me playing a couple of Slippy VODs from a couple months ago because I haven't been playing recently. So this gives you sort of a general idea of how I play with the GameCube controller, if that makes a difference. I am a mid-level player, so that's sort of the perspective you're getting from me. Not super good, not super bad, that sort of mesh. And yeah, let's just get into the video. Side note, if you guys enjoy the video, make sure to drop a sub, like if you like it, helps the algorithm out, maybe expose some more people to Melee in the box. And after this video goes live, I'll be streaming on Twitch. The link to my channel is in the description as well as on the screen right now. So yeah, make sure to join in if you got any more questions that I didn't answer. I assume most people watching this video have a somewhat of an understanding of what the box is. But for those who don't know, it's essentially an ergonomic alternative to the GameCube controller. So it's not like a controller, it's not a fight pad or a game pad or however you refer to it as. It's actually similar to a fight stick, except it does not have the stick part. It is like a hitbox if you've seen any of those before. The main difference between the box and the GameCube controller is the digital and analog inputs. The digital inputs belong to the box exclusively. They don't have any analog inputs, so you can't do light shielding and hard shielding separate from each other without different buttons or modifiers. Similarly with the running and walking, when you hold left without pressing any other buttons on the box, you will just straight run. You will not be able to walk. That's what the X and Y modifiers on the left side of the box are for. You press those buttons while you're holding left or right, you'll walk at different speeds. Of course, with the GameCube controller, it all depends on how hard you're pressing on an analog stick. So if you're tilting it sort of to the left, but not all the way, you'll walk. And if you're holding lightly on the shoulder button, you will light shield instead of hard shield. Just a quick side note, in the case of Ultimate, the walking modifier is applied. Obviously there's still digital for that, so the angles or the modifiers on the left side of the controller, you still use those to walk and run and stuff like that. But for light shielding and hard shielding, there's no modifier inputs really for those. If you'd like to know more, the website is in the description in regards to the manuals. If you just go to the resources tab, you're able to access all of that information that I've listed now. Hey guys, it's been a week since I last recorded for this video, and I finally got the box. It just came in the mail about an hour ago. Right now, as you see in front of you, here's the box. It's in good condition. Box is a little scuffed, but the product itself is pretty good from what I can tell. Sorry about the weird positioning. Right now I'm on the floor because the camera I have for my phone, it definitely doesn't do it justice, and I really don't have enough space on my desk, so I decided just to move all my operation down to the floor. Shoutouts to Simple and Hacks for making this product. Hacks' and Simple's Twitters will be linked in the description, and let's get on with the unboxing. Pretty solid so far. Here's b0xx. I think you've probably seen the if you've seen any other unboxing videos or even just the round one release of the box, you've probably seen that. There it is. I didn't get a handwritten letter. What the heck? I'm so angry, dude. What the heck? I did get a card. Links to the website. Probably put a picture in and here's the box. Let me. What else it's got? That is the box, and it's glory. Oh shoot, it's much better. It's actually got an N64 cable. I don't even remember ordering this. I didn't know it came with it. But if you're a Smash 64 nerd. Alright, so I just got this all set up. It took me about 15 minutes. So now we're in. This is the first time I'm going to be using the box. Alright, so yeah, you can see my face. Okay. At this point, I'm just going to be playing, see what happens. I'm sure you see the layout. My hands, I'm not really sure how to put them. Obviously I've never touched a fight stick or gamepad like this but we'll just figure it out from here. Something I have noticed is that it is ridiculously sensitive. Like if you like tap, it's automatically gonna read an input, which I think is pretty good. Tried and true though, I'll be playing Fox. Still kind of have to look, see where I am on the keys. Let me see, I want to get there we go. I'm on 20xx, Uncle Punch, shoutouts to him. I've been using it even before the box. Alright, never touched this controller before, so obviously I gotta do. Alright, so yeah, so what I've read a little bit about it, obviously, because I didn't want to come in here not knowing how to use the thing. So this is the special button, this one right here. I think, let me see, so this is light shield, this is medium shield. These are the two buttons that they just recently added as sort of modifiers, so you have multiple shields. You're not just stuck with hard shield. Modifiers, they change your directions, so see how I'm jumping? That's with the up button. If you press the modifier, you won't go up, and that's so that you can tilt. Obviously, I'm not doing it right. Sure. You know, Hacks would yell at me, he wants you to use your pinkies. A pretty interesting controller. Literally, you've never used something like this before. This is I think this is Y. I'm trying to remember. This is grab. So, I know from what I've read, you figure out, dude, this is hard. You want a shield drop, you gotta hold both R buttons, because if you hold just one, you have to roll first. It'll always input a roll. See, I'm pressing. You would think you could just roll down like you do on the GameCube controller. Be good. Obviously, dash dancing, ridiculously easy. If you've done it on a keyboard before, it is not that hard. I think it comes down to not doing that, just figuring out where the buttons are and translating it. Yeah, it's an interesting controller. I'm kinda not acquainted with it yet. I'll definitely play a little bit and update you guys. Something I haven't realized though is you can do stuff like this, which I think is pretty funny. Obviously, layout is pretty unique. I think he said L cancel with Z. Makes sense because it's all digital anyway, and it's right there. Yeah, I'm having a good time already. I think it's going to be a fun experience. Obviously, I don't know if I'm going to play Fox because what everybody does. But yeah, I'll update you guys in probably a little bit of time. I don't want to play for an hour and then all of a sudden you guys be like kind of sick of it. Look off the video, you know. I'll probably have an intermission where I'm answering some questions and I'll get back to you guys with some more gameplay. Alright guys, so we're starting to go through some of the questions. I've got it pulled up on console too, just for reference. I don't know if you can tell, it's console. There's a capture card for this instead of the emulator, just so that I can show a little bit of both. I've had a little bit of time spent fooling around with the controls. You know, I got figure out how to wave dash, how to not do that. Well, first questions from casual to kid. I'll have all this questions on the screen. This question is, how do the buttons feel and sound? I can answer the sound question just by playing, right? It's very clicky. I don't really have much else to say about that. But in terms of feel, they're pretty smooth, but I assume he's asking about the press. Very sensitive, actually. Much more sensitive than you'd expect. You'd probably expect them to be like full push. Like that's what I think of. I think of like the concave arcade buttons, and then when you press in, you know, you got to really press in there to get it to go. But for these buttons, they're pretty sensitive. If you've ever used Sonoma buttons before, then you will know what I'm talking. But yeah. Second question is how heavy it is. On the screen, it should list the weight because that's on the website. I think it's 3.8 pounds and about 1.5 feet wide, or I might have it backwards. But yeah, it's a pretty simple size, not too special. I would assume it's state of the art, not state of the art, but like average, you know. Next question is, what are the advantages of a box over a Pro/GameCube controller? And I assume he's asking about Ultimate, and in terms of Ultimate, I don't really know. I don't think there's any serious advantages or disadvantages. also be a question of legality because that game is so straightforward in a lot of aspects. Regarding the GameCube controller in terms of melee, I think something that's way easier is like running tilts. That's something I've realized is pretty easy. I know that they changed it on the box, so for pivots, instead of it being controller dependent, it's a frame perfect input, so you can get it consistently and you should be good. Like something like that, I guess. I would assume it's a little more difficult because you're inputting the left and right and left respectively. I'll probably have a little bit more information in the description on that. If I have this question highlighted, just if you want to answer that question, just go where I link it or what website I link. So you're supposed to play with it both hands and use your pinkies for up. Yes, so something that Hacks has gone over is in terms of your pinkies, use this one to shield, so L, see if it's got on the screen. Yeah, so directional input, this button you're going to hold with your pinky, and then on this side of the controller, this button right here you use for your pinky, that's the up button. So if you're doing tilts, hold like modifier, tilt, and then the A button, which is this one. See, you can get your up tilts. Similar with all the other buttons too, so like if you want to hold this and then you get your F tilts. Down tilt's pretty easy, you don't need a modifier for that, it's probably the best one. Or easiest rather. Next question is, I'm just curious how long it'll take you personally to adapt to playing with it versus the GameCube controller. Maybe some inputs you thought were hard to get the grasp of right out of the box, something like that. Honestly, I haven't had any particular things that I think are harder. Like if I were from day one, imagine like I don't play the GameCube controller, I start with the box, it's probably going to be a little easier overall for technical skill. But I'm a little biased because I learned on the GameCube controller. I've played Melee on the GameCube controller for quite a few years. I'm like a dot kid. Day one. So it's not something that I think is really measurable. But in terms of the box, I think if you played Melee, you're probably going to get better faster. You're going to catch up to where you were before. I've only been playing for probably an hour, maybe an hour and a half, something like that. But yeah, a bunch of people that have like vinyl, metal, whatever. I'm stupid. Cover / skins on their box, and I want it so bad, but I have no clue to go about it. I'm gonna link the box Discord in the description. That's pretty big in terms of customization. They have an entire spot for DIY boxes. So I'm assuming if you ask them, they'll know a ton more about that. Some of these guys have had boxes for a year or two, already have their stuff customized. I plan to put like stickers on mine, something small, nothing serious. So I wouldn't know a ton about that. I would go ahead and go to the box Discord. I'll have that linked in the description. How exactly do you know when to stop unboxing? It's unboxed. So I think, I don't want to take it apart, right? Like, I mean, the Brook PC adapter, how far you want to go in there. And this guy's casual came back with a couple questions. How does it feel on your lap while on a seat or on the floor? So on the floor, I would assume it's probably just as easy. I mean, it might be a difficult setup because I'm sitting in a chair, so it's going to be on my lap and my legs are up. So it feels pretty comfortable doing it like this. You would expect it to be like a keyboard, and that keyboards are a little finicky because you get so many keys you wouldn't want it on your lap. But since there's so few keys and it's all spread out, I don't have any trouble. Okay, minus that. I don't have any trouble, playing. Yeah. How do the buttons feel to hit while doing combos? Well, I'm doing combos, so it may just be because I'm not super experienced with this box, obviously. But I can't tell sometimes because all the buttons feel the same. I mean, like when you're playing on a GameCube controller and you're doing combos, you know how it feels because you're pressing different buttons at different times. All the buttons feel the same. So I feel like at some point when you get a combo, it's going to be less about specific button feels, but just like like you're doing the bongos. When you open it, look inside. So I know I don't plan to look on it inside. I believe the internals, I'll have a picture of the internals on the screen, but I just got it. Don't really plan on opening it up or anything because it's got a Brooks PC adapter and some wires that connect to each button. Nothing special inside, but I will have a picture linked in the description, or probably on the screen right now. How much is it? I believe it's, so with shipping, I live in the United States, it's about $250. If you live in Europe, it may be a little more expensive, but I'm not sure. And lastly, are there easy ways to carry it around? I believe that they have a packaging, like a like a bag that you can carry it in. It's on the website. Again, I'll link that in the description. You'll be able to, if you want to pack it up in a bag and carry it around, it's going to be very easy. But if you're holding it like this, like if you got like suitcase position, it should be fine. If you just have it hugged up against you, I don't think it'll be a big issue. Let me see, any more questions? I think that is all. So if any of you guys have any questions, make sure to leave them in the description. I'll be playing a little bit more. I might update you guys in a week or two, see how it's been going so far. But that is all. And make sure to sub, I'll do all that stuff. Would appreciate it, trying to do some update videos, maybe get some content out there. But yeah, see you later. Real quick before I go, just to let you guys know, I'll be streaming on Twitch right after this video goes live. So if you've gotten to the Reddit and you see it, make sure to tune in if you got any more questions. The link is in the description as well as on the screen right now.